Hi, and welcome to Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. In this episode, we're going to be giving our review of the TV show S.H.I.E.L.D., the upcoming Doctor Who 50th anniversary, and an upcoming con we're going to be attending. So stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back. Now that enough time has passed, we're going to be giving you our review of the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something.
Yeah, you know what? For as much hype as was built up to it, for me, it's been hit or miss.
Yeah, definitely a little bit on the missing side.
It
Hate
goes.
to say that.
It does. It goes episode to episode, and the shine of having Agent Coulson back is starting to tarnish a little bit.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's the way they fed him back in. At least we know for sure he's Agent Coulson.
Yes.
At least after that episode a couple weeks ago.
Right. So far, we're a few episodes in. It's one that I will continue to watch. Fingers crossed that it just gets better. There's so much potential for it. It's just
Other than just a weekly tie-in and make sure you remember there's a Marvel movie coming out.
right. I mean, that is one perk to the show is that they do acknowledge the movies, though.
Yeah,
I mean, a
that
lot
is
of
good.
TV shows that are based off of movies, they tend to shy away from it at all. It's like we don't want to be associated with the movie. We're our own entity, but not this one. This one, and they do it in a clever way. It's not in your face. It's very subtle, as mentioning Clint and Natasha just off to the side.
Right. It's there.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't think it had the feel of S.H.I.E.L.D. until last week.
No, exactly. Yeah, these the whole point of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is to show them being agents taking care of the world-threatening problems that are more than like normal law enforcement agencies can handle, but not quite the galaxy cosmic effect that warrants the Avengers.
Right.
In this last episode, I say this though, the last episode,
It's in a good direction.
it was in a very good direction. Yes. The last episode had the Fitz,
Right.
and oh God, forgive me, Fitz and the other guy. That's how I like the show, but I'm not dead. But it was really good, and that was the first episode where I've really seen where I didn't really hate Fitz. He really, I ain't gonna lie to you, he balled up on this one, and I was impressed with it. I did. I enjoyed this episode very much. The other thing that really keeps me going on this show is finding out exactly what is going on with Coulson.
Definitely.
It's one of those things where
It drug out. It went too long. Ooh, did he go off? Is he a life model decoy? Is he really human? Is he something else? I mean, they never said, and I hated that.
Right.
I mean, not that I didn't care about having a little bit of a mystery, drug it on, but it just hurt the series.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like the formula that Lost kind of fell into, where
Definitely.
it's just like we know something's up. Seriously, we don't have to wait 2 years to hear it. Is it one of those things where they know the show's not strong, so they're keeping that back from us to keep us?
But it hurt against it, I thought.
Yes, it's starting to wear out a little bit. I mean,
S.H.I.E.L.D. is this big government thing. It's not this little venture group going out. I mean,
Yeah.
they went into the jungle, went to that pyramid the second week right out of the shoot. Little technology, you had that pulse cannon thing where he slammed, knocked the rebels down, but then they turned and let the rebels on the plane.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, come on.
It just didn't make no sense.
No, the other thing for me that doesn't make sense is I understand that in this Marvel universe that S.H.I.E.L.D. is known now.
Right.
They are known, but they're still trying to be a covert agency, yet their logo is on everything. Need a bottle of water? Have some S.H.I.E.L.D. water. Like a moist towelette? Have a moist towelette made by S.H.I.E.L.D. It's just, even the jet. Really? What does that accomplish, having the big S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well,
logo
it's
on
invisible.
top?
It's invisible, though.
One thing I do have to mention that I really did like, and it was one of those nerd moments where not only, if you really pay attention, not only do they acknowledge the Marvel universe, they even slipped in an Ultimates universe tie-in when they were talking about how big the hub was, and the techie lady mentions, "Oh, you think this is big? You should check out the Triskelion." Come on, there's no Triskelion in the Marvel Universe, or even in the movie. That was a nice little Ultimate Universe nod before it goes away.
But like I said, at least S.H.I.E.L.D's got the ultimate marketing behind it. They have
Oh,
Disney.
God, yes. Whoa.
So that's why S.H.I.E.L.D is on everything.
Yeah,
Even
that's
in the
true.
universe itself. I mean, Walt
Yeah.
Disney's behind this whole thing.
Yeah, it is nice seeing their presence in the normal world, but it's a little overkill, I mean,
It's one of them things.
yeah. So, is it one of those shows that I will continue to watch? Yes. Will I keep my fingers crossed that it gets better? Yes. Do I have Vegas odds on it that it's not going to make it an entire season?
I think it will. That's the whole thing.
I
It's
hope
already
so.
been renewed for another, eight episodes or whatever?
Yeah.
So it's going to be around. It's because Disney's pushing it. It's going to be a
True.
marketing material.
That's true.
ABC is Disney. And then now with all the Netflix stuff. So they're going to have to ramp it up a little bit. Captain America comes out next April. It's a big,
True.
heavy S.H.I.E.L.D. movie. They're not going to get rid of it.
True, and I give it the Smallville season 1 edge because gigantic fan of the TV show Smallville, but if you go back to season 1, it was so formulaic, it was pitiful. It was the entire first season, actually the first 2 seasons was Freak of the Week, Freak of the Week, Freak of the Week, Freak of the Week, Lana going like this, Chloe going like this, and Pete going like this.
At least Chloe broke through.
Yes. So, I'll give it an entire season, but hopefully, they are paying attention to fan complaints, which it's not hard to do in this day and age. It's like all we really want to see more is more mystery, more action, more Coulson being Coulson from the movies.
And you never know. Guardians of the Galaxy probably will pop in somewhere. I'm sorry.
So, there you go. If you're watching this and you have your ideas or your opinions about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Comment down below.
comment down below. We'd love to hear them, or do it down on our Facebook page. So the big news is the upcoming 50th anniversary episode of Doctor Who.
This is Who Week. All
This
over the
is
internet.
God, I love it. You can't.
So this is our tie-in. Oh.
This is our time. Oh man, I can't. My fingers are crossed. I can't wait. I was really afraid that it was going to be one of those things where it's like we're not going to let anything out until the episode, but they've gone in the opposite direction. Moffat and them is like they're like here are photos. They're not even like hidden.
They've been premiering on other shows in the BBC.
Oh God, yes. And before we get into the actual 50th anniversary episode, man, let's talk about
Where's the Fez? Oh.
the Fez. Okay, wait a minute. If you've ever watched this show before, you know that I do cosplay as the Doctor, both the 9th and the 10th. Being I'm bald, so the Fez worked really great, and having the straw hat worked really great. There are pictures and scenes of David Tennant in the 10th outfit wearing the Fez.
We had to get this out of the way.
I know. I'm calm, but just to let everybody know, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be seeing that at conventions here within the next year. Can't wait.
Okay, sorry
Sorry to do that, but really, we got to talk about Night of the Doctor. Oh man, let me tell you, there's been very few things that I've seen on the internet or even in the levels of Doctor Who that made me that excited. And guess what? We're going to spoiler the hell out of this because if you haven't seen this yet, it's your own dang fault.
It's like your little lost segment.
Oh my god. So, the Night of the Doctor gave us the return of the totally underappreciated, hardly used, but one time Paul McGann. Oh, and he was fantastic. God,
He had a little swashbuckler look to him when he came on
yeah,
the scene,
they updated. They kept like the original flair of his costume from the TV movie.
That was like a Western look.
Yeah.
Because that was on the shelf in the hospital or something.
Yes, but it's still, you could tell time had passed and he's, changed the wardrobe up a little bit, but it was fantastic. He still, even after all this time, and actually for only doing, let's be honest, one thing, man, he slid into that role brilliantly. When you watched him, it didn't matter if you caught it in the middle of it. Without him saying, "I'm the Doctor," you knew he was the Doctor.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, it was God. But the big thing about it was is it gave us that transition that we've been speculating about since forever. You know, it's since the first appearance of Chris Eccleston. You know.
Yeah, we didn't know where for sure.
No, we had no idea what happened, and you know, oh, it was a perfect fill-in.
And there for a long time, we didn't even for sure it was canon.
Right? No,
you know,
did it?
Because it was American, wasn't for sure. You know, but it's all hold barred now.
Yep, it's been filed in, and oh, it was just amazing because even in that few-minute clip, you got the feeling about how the rest of the universe feels about both the Time Lords and the Daleks during the Time War. Oh,
something major.
Something major because you know, since the reintroduction of the show, when they talked about the Time War, you never really got the sense. It was hinted and, you know, speculated that the Time Lords weren't, you know, exactly the heroes in the story, but this 6-minute clip really tells you and makes you feel, you know, what the rest of the universe felt going into it, and it was spectacular. The other really great thing about this mini-sode was the idea of this race being able to help kind of manipulate and push along the regenerations.
And they offered the potions and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were mentioned before.
Yes, and early.
Like old school.
Yes, that is one great thing about Stephen Moffat was the fact that he loves Doctor Who history. That he's not afraid to go to that really obscure reference, you know, with the Sisters of Karn. You know, it was great, and it also really gave us the feel that, you know, we knew that John Hurt's Doctor was going to be the one to take care of everything in the Time War. But the fact that, you know, Peter McGann's 8th Doctor was the one that said, I need to be a warrior.
Right.
It wasn't just random chance, you know, making the best of the situation. He went into it guns a-blazing.
And he changed.
And that was, getting to see Paul do the classic, well, for us, the new classic regeneration with, you know, and not the old timey.
But it might not be a regeneration.
It might not be. See, that's the great thing about it is, though, it had the look and feel.
But it might have just been something. And we might know, we'll know next week.
Yes, that's right. So, with that out of the way, we have to talk about the 50th anniversary. There is so much that they've already, photos, the clips that are coming out. I can't remember being this excited about something in a long time.
Since the introduction of the next Doctor.
Exactly. I mean, so far what we've seen is Tim in a fez. He's in a fez. I don't care. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds. Oh, look, I'm wearing it. It's off. It happened. It's canon. I'm wearing it, and it's going to happen, and I'm loving it.
And it's not some fab made-up thing.
But God, I think I speak for the entire Doctor Who fandom when I say seeing David Tennant back in the brown pinstripe suit. Oh man, we never thought we were going to see it again.
You know, they've done Doctors side by side before, so this is cool. I mean, this happens, you know. And
I really liked when you watched the preview for how 11 mentions. I remember this kind of, you know. So it's exciting. The other thing I'm excited about seeing what is actually going to happen was it's no secret that Billie Piper's returning, but is she returning as Rose? Everyone just assumed she was going to be Rose, because who else would she be? But there's been a lot of fantastic.
It doesn't quite look right.
Doesn't quite look right. Her outfit, her hair, the feel. Is it the Rose Tyler that we know? Is it the other universe Rose Tyler? Or is it the Bad Wolf Rose? We don't know. And all I gotta say is you can pretty much guarantee that a day or so after the episode airs, you're going to see us here. Richard will probably have a tranquilizer gun ready to calm me down. And it's like, it's been 3 days, Mike, chill. And I'm like, no, I love it so much. But
it's going to be a fun weekend.
It's going to be a fun weekend.
And if you're watching around, 3D showings of it in theaters. Check online.
Huh?
Yeah, that episode is going to be shown in 3D. Fort Wayne has a showing. Columbus has a couple showings of it. Monday night at 7 and 10 at some theaters. Doctor Who in 3D. Uh-oh. I just blew his mind.
I didn't know about this. So,
It's a good way to save away.
yeah, you might want to look away because I'm about to like nerd blow here in a second, so stay tuned. And we're back. Thanks to the magic of editing, you can't tell that a half an hour has passed since Richard pretty much here blew my mind with the announcement of being able to watch Doctor Who in 3D. On the floor, curled up, I was, he was like, Mike, calm down, it's gonna happen. So, but we're back, and we've got a con to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to be down at Stebbins CON 2013.
Yep.
On December the 7th. This is the second year for this. Last year we was I had to work, so I couldn't make it down. I'm not sure. You probably had to work too.
Yeah.
But it was but I've heard this is a good con. Sean Forney really vouched for this one, and some of the other crews down. It's going to be a nice con. We're going to have a table, so stop on by. We'll have our little mini comics, and I'm going to have a new mini comic, a Cosmic Zoo #3 will be available, and it actually has a story built into it. It's just not an art book, so
That's a good story.
so stop our table, say hi. We'll be doing our normal coverage. I don't know if you've seen, we've been everywhere lately. Detroit,
Yes.
Akron, everywhere. So
Yeah. Now, where is this con going to be at?
Okay, this is down in Dayton. It's at the what's the name of the school? It's the Walter E. Stebbins High School, and it's down in the Dayton area. So just follow the link on our Facebook page. You can get down there. Should be pretty fun, So I think Justin, some of them's going to be there too.
Oh, fantastic. I love going to cons where, people like Sean and Justin and all of our friends that, we've met over the years through doing a show are going to be there. It's like a big family reunion. So
It's kind of nice when everybody knows you when you walk in
yeah,
early.
yeah. That was a great thing about when we went to Derby City was we were kind of nervous because it was at least my first time going to Derby City, and we got there, it was like being in our backyard.
It's all the way down in Kentucky.
I know. It was just like, I know everybody here. This is fantastic. I love it. So yeah, definitely we're going to be like that again here at the Stebbins CON.
Yeah.
So for more information about that con and anything else we got coming up here in the near future, check out our Facebook page right here. And again, if you like the episode or if you have any comments or questions for us, drop us a line and we'd be happy to answer them for you.